The Messina Group has a new study out taking a look at where things stand with the midterm elections now less than 2 months away. Joe?
Yeah, Jim, it's easy at times to become concerned, disillusioned with what we see. What I hear from friends, family members, former colleagues, former constituents who actually will regurgitate QAnon conspiracy theories about stolen elections, conspiracy theories about COVID and vaccines. But you do have to keep it in perspective. It is frightening, 42%. That's a large chunk of the American electorate. But then again, so is 58%. I mean, 1 in 4 Republicans now, and you see this in most polls, about 1 in 4 Republicans have said enough. And I would guess another 15, 20%, or maybe even more, are so exhausted by Trumpism and are ready to move beyond it, or at least ready to move to somebody like Ron DeSantis.
You're exactly right, Joe. The vice the Republicans have put themselves in is this twofold problem. They've adhered themselves to Donald Trump at exactly the time when voters are getting sick of Donald Trump and what he's talking about. And he started to seize some of the day, and it's really screwing up the Republican message. If you add the abortion issue into it, Republicans are on the defense on abortion, the defense on Donald Trump, defense on some of this MAGA stuff, at exactly the same time that, as you say, their own base is starting to question it. And you're starting to see for the first time real movement away from the Trumpism of the Republican Party at exactly the wrong time. We are 57 days out before this election, and Republicans have base problems. And for the first time in a long time, you see Democrats more enthusiastic, which is the number that you and I know is the most important number in a midterm election.
Hey, Jim, good morning. It's Jonathan. It's not just, it seems, that the Republicans are out of step and on the wrong side of some of the issues you just outlined on abortion. I add guns to that. Certainly the defense of democracy. But a few where they thought they had real winners haven't panned out, or at least maybe not. Inflation, though still too high, has started to slow down. It still seems to have stabilized some. And the biggest of all, the one that spooks this White House more than anything, the idea of gas prices. And they've been falling for nearly 3 months straight. How much trouble are the Republicans in if they lose their economic weapon as well?
Oh, they're screwed. Our study looked at the most correlative number, which is what you see on the screen right now, Biden's approval versus gas prices. It has been moving, in counter to him. If gas prices go up, his numbers go down. If gas prices go down, his numbers go up. And that's exactly what you're seeing just several weeks before this election. That's the problem with the Republicans. You two know that I'm a big believer in economics win elections, and this is exactly the wrong time for Republicans to have this movement. And it's just good news for the Democrats and good news for Joe Biden.
So let's bring into the conversation the founder and CEO of All In Together, Lauren Leader. Lauren, what are you hearing about women on both sides of the aisle as it pertains to the issue of abortion and how they might vote in the midterms?
So we've been tracking the engagement of women voters back to the 2018 election, but especially over the last 6 months, looking at the impact of the Dobbs decision. And there's no question that it is driving substantial increase, not just in registration to vote, but in motivation to turn out in November. That's especially high among young women, sort of 18 to 34. But interestingly, now we're also seeing that this is true for Democratic men, that the Dobbs decision is motivating. And I think what's most important going into the midterms, which Jim's work also looked at, is what happens with the independent voters, and particularly independent women who were such a force in the 2018 election, flipping the House, and then again in 2020. And we're really seeing that shift left, that shift towards the Democrats among independent women. They're more likely to say that Democrats reflect their values, care about people like them. And that's all really important, especially in battleground states where those independent women have an enormous, really outsized role to play.
So, you report a massive increase in voter motivation among women in the immediate weeks after Dobbs. But the question is, will it translate into the expectations for the midterms being turned turn on its head?
Well, I think, look, we've been tracking this now since Dobbs, and the numbers have really held. And what it's done is that it's closed the enthusiasm gap between Democrats and Republicans, which was really substantial in the spring and is now basically gone. It's gone among women. It's down to only 3 points when you look at both men and women, and that's enormous. So if that motivation sustains, and by the way, among voters that are motivated by the Dobbs decision, 80% of them say they're absolutely going to vote in the fall. And so it's translating. And the most important, I think, is what this has done to young women who have sometimes been on the margins of the turnout. But this time, this is a hugely galvanizing issue for them. They're going to turn out.
I mean, for a lot of women, these were their rights for their entire lifetime, and they've been taken away. It's an affront that maybe perhaps would engage them in politics in ways they haven't before.
Absolutely.
Mike.
Jim Messina, Mika just used a phrase that might be critical in the non-polling aspect of the off-year elections coming up, taken away. So the Dobbs decision took away something from people, men and women in this country, took away from families. So that element of taking something away and then doubling down on it leads me to ask you, do you think, philosophically now, as well as politically, do you think there's some measure to be gained by Democrats in campaigning on the level of cruelty involved in so many aspects of Republican politics today? The level of cruelty.
Absolutely. And that's, Mike, I totally agree with you. And that's what you're seeing in the numbers Lauren's talking about. Our numbers show exactly the same. There's just anger out there because to Mika's point, this generation just assumed they would always have it, and now they don't, and they are just furious. And you're seeing in some of these battleground states, 300,000 new younger voters registering in Texas, over 70,000 in Pennsylvania. I mean, these numbers really could change an election. And, Mike, it's just pure anger out there right now. And usually the party in power has the anger against it. And now because of Dobbs, you're seeing the Democrats have this anger with both women and men, to Lauren's point, in Democrats. But now these independent women who don't typically vote in these midterm elections, anger is exactly the right word to describe it.